Aloha, welcome to Real Talk with Sandy. I'm Sandy Hale, retired nurse and Redan & Fields consultant for the last 7 years. So today's business video, I wanted to share with you how to utilize the stories on Facebook and Instagram in order for you to start to build your engagement, get more clientele, and really build your brand and be able to utilize it with your business. So a really quick tip before we get into the types of stories that I'm gonna help you to create content for. So one is, if you are on both platforms, Instagram and Facebook, do not post the exact same thing at the same time on those two platforms. People they tend to toggle between the two. I am very guilty of that. I will go onto Facebook, then I'll go right onto Instagram and I'll take a look. And what happens is when you are seeing the same things that you see on Facebook, on Instagram, or vice versa, you tend to stop engaging and following with that person because you're repeating the same information, right? They're seeing the same things that they just saw on one platform. My suggestion is to maybe wait 3 to 4 days or even a week between the two. So whatever you're posting on your Instagram stories, go ahead and save that. And then 3 to 4 days later, or even a week later, go ahead and repost it on your Facebook stories. So you're not having to recreate anything. You're just repurposing, right? You're utilizing exactly what you posted and it's saving you time, and you're just putting it up on another platform days later, okay? So there's a couple ways to help build engagement, build your following, help you with showing what you have in your business. And one of these is by educating people via your stories. So this could be an educational, or maybe you're giving tips, you're sharing your knowledge. And when you can share your knowledge and kind of give people these added values, they tend to start to follow you because they want to know, these tips that you're teaching. So as an example, because I am a Redan & Fields consultant, a educational post I would post on would be why we need to exfoliate on a weekly to at least twice a week, right? So that would be my first slide. My first slide would be in the story sequence, why exfoliation weekly is important. And then the second one, my second sequence to that story would be a tip, right? So exfoliating weekly removes dead skin cells, right? And then maybe the next sequence would be exfoliating also helps to unclog pores, removes that excess dirt. And then my third sequence would be what I recommend. So my recommendation is I use Redan & Fields Enhancements microdermabrasion paste. And then I could have another sequence that says, I love it because it is made of salt, sugar, there's vitamin C and vitamin E. And then my last one would be my call to action. So it could be, my call to action would be a couple of things. One, follow me for weekly skincare tips. And two, click my link in my bio for you to order this microdermabrasion paste. You could utilize these social media stories also for a promotion. So a lot of times as a Redan & Fields consultant, we get great bundles. Right now we have a great promotion because we just launched 2 products. So we have a gift with purchase if anybody is purchasing our pore regimen, and of course we have the gift with purchase if anybody's purchasing our recharge regimen, right? And then a lot of times there's bundles. So pick one. Okay, don't get crazy. Don't try to promote all 3 at one time. Pick one. And if you think about that, it's actually a great way to do this, because let's say you pick the recharge regimen and you post that on Instagram, you can go ahead and use the pore cleansing with the free gift for Facebook. And then the next week, swap it out, right? So then you're sharing a new promotion on one platform and a new promotion on the other platform. And promotional ones could be, 1 to 3 sequences as well in these stories. So what I would do is, your first one is definitely what the promotion is, like get right to the point, and state like, recharge regimen for, and you're saying gift with purchase is this cute little headband. If you're doing the pore cleansing system, the gift with purchase is that magnifying mirror, right? So you're stating exactly what it is. And then slide 2 or sequence 2 of your story is why this regimen or the pore cleansing, why do they need it, right? So with the recharge regimen, why it's different. I would state really quickly, 1, it removes dirt and makeup with the cleanser, and 2, the sunscreen is a blue light and UVA, UVB defense. If I was doing it with the pore cleanser, this second slide would be the pore cleanser unclogs pores and removes blackheads instantly. So those would be the 2 reasons why you want this. And then my third sequence in this story would literally be my call to action. So how do you get this, right? My call to action would be click link in my bio, click link in comments if that's where you're putting it. Click my link in comments for you to order this special. So you have some type of call to action. You always want to end your story with some type of call to action when you're utilizing it for business. Because the people who are watching don't necessarily know what the next move is. So you need to guide them in that way and state, what would you like them to do with the information that you just shared? You want them to follow you? You want them to click something? What would you like? So help them in that sense. And the third way that you can utilize these stories is showing people behind the scenes, what it kind of takes to, for myself, being a Redan & Fields consultant, what does it take, what do you do behind the scenes that maybe people don't necessarily know? Also do a behind the scenes of you with coffee. We do a lot of coffee and conversations, cocktails and conversations. It could be a picture of your cocktail and maybe the view and you putting on there in that story, just behind the scenes, getting ready to share Redan & Fields with a friend or a coworker or, whatever it might be. And these are things that people don't necessarily realize we do. Like, wow, you can go meet up for coffee and that's your business meeting. Yeah, it's not in a boardroom. It's not in a cubicle. You literally get to choose where you have your one-on-ones, where you have these meetings, where you share all the possibilities that Redan & Fields has to offer. So your behind the scenes could be just one post and it says behind the scenes. Show people these behind the scenes, especially with our business. That's one of the biggest questions people have is, how do you work this business? What do you really do? So when you can show them these little kind of sneak peeks into an actual day of being a Redan & Fields consultant, it helps them to start to picture themselves. And if you are finding this video and looking at this and wondering, well, could I do this? Absolutely, 100% absolutely. And I would love to be somebody who mentors you. So just know that, all my links are also posted below. If you are looking for a consultant to join, I would love to be able to do that. And if you are already a Redan & Fields consultant, guys, take this to heart and utilize these tips. And, we get free advertising via social media. So make sure that you are creating content that is valuable and that works for you. Make sure that it works for you. And that's why I like utilizing Facebook and Instagram, is we have the ability to post, and especially with stories, every 24 hours it switches out. So it's never the same thing. People that, follow you will start to see, wow, she has interesting content and she gives me tips and she gives me value. And then that's where they start to build trust with you, right? If you're giving these tips on skincare on a weekly basis, they start to trust that what you share, you have knowledge on. And then when they're ready to start to order or they're ready to start to do business, guess what? They're gonna remember the person that they got information from, that gave them truthful information, right? And that they trusted you. So thank you so much for joining Real Talk with Sandy. Subscribe to my channel. You can share this video and I look forward to helping you build your business. Aloha.